Now, let's begin. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Breathing in, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, microbend your knees and hinge forward from the hips with a flat back. Cross your arms and hold onto opposite elbows while swaying gently from side to side. And again, inhale, reach your arms up, exhale, and sway. Check that your knees point straight ahead and that your thighs are parallel. Beautiful. Now slowly transfer into your kneeling all-fours position. Keep your hands shoulder-width apart, placing your wrists underneath the shoulders and your knees directly below your hips. Keep your hands shoulder-width apart, placing your wrist underneath the shoulders and your knees directly below your hips. Inhale deeply as you drop your belly towards the mat. Lift your chin and chest and gaze up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, draw your belly to your spine and round out the upper back. The pose should look like a cat stretching its back. Release the crown of your head toward the floor, but don't force your chin to your chest. One more time. Inhale, look up, exhale, round your back, and release. Wonderful. From your all-fours position, straighten the elbows while relaxing the upper back. Then exhale, tuck the toes, and lift your knees from the ground, keeping them bent and your heels lifted off the floor. Reach the sit bones up toward the ceiling and back. Extend and lengthen your spine. Now hold it here, breathing in and out. If you want to deepen the intensity of this pose, on an exhalation, push your top thighs back and stretch your heels toward the floor, straightening your knees at the same time. Continue breathing evenly through this pose. And release. Exit the pose by transferring into the high plank position. From here, step your right foot in between the hands, placing your foot flat on the ground, ending up in your lunge. Make sure to keep your left leg straight behind you with your toes on the ground so that you feel a stretch at the front of your left thigh. Place your left hand on the floor and twist your upper body to the right as you extend your right arm toward the ceiling. Hold it here and return to neutral. One more time. Twist to the right, extending your arm all the way up and back to neutral. Continue in the same rhythm. One more time and release. Beautiful. Lower your left knee to the floor, sliding the foot back until you feel a nice stretch in the left hip and thigh. Make sure that the right knee is stacked directly over the right ankle. Keep the hips low and level with each other. Bring the palms of your hands to your lower back, fingertips point straight down. Draw your shoulder blades together to open up your chest. Look straight ahead and breathe deeply in and out, letting your hips sink into the floor. And release. To exit the pose, lower the arms to the ground. From here, walk your right foot to the left so that your right heel is in line with your left hip. Lower your right outer shin and knee to the mat. Now add a gentle rocking movement to your hips. Start swaying slowly with control from one side to another. Keep your spine long. On each exhalation, try to release the tension out from your hips. Beautiful. To come out of the pose, push back through the hands, lift your hips, and move your leg back into the high plank. This time, step the left foot forward between your hands. Check that the left knee is aligned above the left ankle. Relax the hips and let them sink down towards the floor under your torso's weight. Place your right hand on the floor and twist your upper body to the left as you extend your left arm toward the ceiling. Exhale, return back to neutral. And inhale, open your chest, reaching your arm all the way up. Exhale, go back to neutral. One more time, twist and release. Wonderful. From here, lower your right knee to the floor. Check that your front knee is directly over your front ankle, your left foot is pointing forward. Bring the palms of your hands to your lower back, fingertips point down, open your chest, and gently sink the hips forward, taking care not to push the front knee past the ankle. Breathe in and out. Now slowly transition into a pigeon pose, placing your left heel in line with your right hip this time. This can be an intense stretch on the outer hip. Keep your right foot close to your left hip to start with. The more your shin is parallel with the front of the mat, the more intense the hip opener will be. Your hips are squared, your right leg is pointing straight back. Now start gently rocking from side to side. And release. Come out of the pose, pushing back through the hands, lift your hips and move your leg back into the high plank. Now come onto all fours position. On an exhalation, begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Allow your chest to melt toward the floor as you slowly release your forehead to the mat. Make sure that your hips are above your knees. Keep your arms active and don't let your elbows touch the ground. Drop your forehead to the floor, letting yourself completely relax into the pose. Wonderful. Release and start slowly shifting forward to lying on your belly. Press your elbows against the floor and look straight. Now use your back muscles to raise your head and upper torso. Gently arch your back, look to the ceiling, and exhale. Slowly lower the chest and head to the floor. Make sure that your pelvis and legs are firmly rooted into the ground. One more time. Inhale, lift your chest off the floor, turn your head to your right, to your left, and release. Exhale as you lower the hips to the heels and forehead to the floor. Have the knees together, or if more comfortable, spread the knees slightly apart. Place your arms overhead with the palms on the floor. Keep your hips grounded toward heels and walk your hands to the right. Bring your forehead towards your right knee. Hold it here And now walk your hands through center and over towards your left side, feeling a nice stretch through the right side of your body. Return back to center. And release. Place the palms under the shoulders and slowly transfer to a seated position. From here, place your right hand on the floor behind you with your elbows slightly bent. Reach your left arm up and overhead, lean into your left while really opening your chest. Now slowly transfer to another side, drawing a big half circle in front of you. Your left arm goes back for support and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Hold it here and change the side one more time. Now release. Wonderful. Be grateful to yourself for the time you offered yourself, for your motivation, for the attention you gave to yourself. I thank you for practicing with me, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your day.